It was Benjamin Franklin who said that in this world, nothing is certain but death and taxes. Well, I'm still hoping my taxes will go away, but let's face it, death is inevitable for all of us. Perhaps that's why we find the subject so fascinating. Here in Jonesboro, they have an antique funeral museum, and I've been dying to visit. Sorry about that, I couldn't resist.
My father started this collection, actually, and started it with this very Civil War coach. And over the years, we've had so many people come by the funeral home that want to see this collection that we've actually enclosed it all in glass, and we put it behind our building here so that people can actually drive by and come by, pick up a brochure, and see the items in the collection. This hearse was specifically built to carry Alexander H. Stephens, who was the Vice President of the Confederacy and then later Governor of Georgia, to his final resting place.
The horses, how many horses were in front?
This was built for 2 horses. Sometimes they used 4.
Ab bought these horses for the display, but hadn't set them up yet. They look a bit creepy lying here, especially since their eyes were missing. Anyway, the hearse has a secret history that Ab wanted to share with me.
Shortly after the Civil War, there were many people who were thought to be traitors to the United States, you know. And so they would say, well, we've come to arrest so-and-so, and they would say, well, we're sorry, he's dead. They're having the funeral, and you can go to the funeral and see him buried.
The person was really alive and just resting in the coffin. A trap door underneath the carriage provided an escape route, and during the funeral procession, the deceased would slip out and run off.
But they would still follow the procession right to the cemetery and bury the empty coffin in its place. Isn't that fun?
Story.
This is the very first electric embalming machine that was ever invented. They used gravity in a glass bottle that was hung way up high so that it could embalm. And they had hand pumps to pump before electricity. All sorts of amazing instruments. This is an iron coffin, and as small as you see
That's the first thing you notice.
Well, you've got to remember that Civil War soldiers were probably 11 to 14 years of age, most of them, so they were small boys. Now, many of them were not embalmed. So you see, this is a glass plate that would be over the person's face.
Hey, cut it out!
This coffin was made to hold ice. To preserve the body, they would put ice in there, put the body there. There's a little spigot on the bottom to let the water out. And you could take this around, you could see the person in the casket, and then later on this would be buried.
Amazing story.
It is fun.
What do you think the fascination with this is?
Well, I think people have always had a fascination with death and everything that goes around it. All the traditions and all of the trappings that go along with it. And so it's more of a curiosity thing. We're listed in travel magazines in Germany and the Netherlands and so forth. And this is one of the most intriguing and unusual collections, I guess, for them to come and see.